Hello, this is The Good with Dr. Joe.
Thank you for joining us today. It's 12 noon Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific, and 5 p.m. London, England. Welcome to our show. Today we have two guests, and I'm going to let Ms. Knowles go ahead and start with the introduction.
We have Corey Kolazar.
She's been a volunteer. Ms. Kolazar has been a volunteer for over 15 years with the Humane Society of Gwinnett County. Humane Society. All right. So okay.
Gwinnett Humane Society.
Gwinnett Humane. Okay, I'm okay. See. And who do we have with Ms. Kolazar today?
We have Chico, who was a dog adopted from the Humane Society by a member of the Humane Society, and he is here visiting us today, showing us what a beautiful little Chihuahua he is. And I want you to notice how well behaved he is.
Yes.
And I think he dressed up, for the occasion. Yeah.
He did. He was so excited to be joining the podcast that he wanted to wear his Sunday best.
Absolutely. We'll love it. Thank you so much for joining us today. So we're going to be talking about a few facts about adopting animals, history of the Humane Society. I'm just going to throw it over to Miss Corey. Is it okay if I call you Miss Corey?
Of course.
All right.
Of course. I'm used. That's why I have a teenage son. I always tell his friends to call me Miss Corey.
Miss Corey, that's good.
Yes.
So tell us a bit about the Gwinnett Humane Society.
Absolutely. So Gwinnett Humane Society, we have actually been around since 1979. A lot of times people get us confused with the animal shelter. We're not that. We are actually a foster-based organization. And we were founded, like I said, in 1979 by some very forward-thinking women in Gwinnett County who basically modeled everything after Atlanta Humane, which has been around for 100 years. So, back then there weren't as many options. Now today in Gwinnett County alone, there's probably over 20 different rescue groups, which is fantastic because, it gives all of our animals a chance to find a new home.
Now tell us, where can people go to see pets for adoption?
I just want to insert here, the Gwinnett Humane Society is a no-kill organization.
So it means they don't kill the pet.
We do not. In fact, thank you for bringing that up. In fact, we literally just adopted a dog out who had been with us for over a year and a half.
Wow.
So once you join our foster program, you're with us until you find a home. And if anybody is interested in fostering, we always love new fosters. So you can go on our website at gwinetthumane.com and click under forums and find our foster app, or you can go to our adoption center, which we'll talk about in just a bit.
We're going to type the website on the screen so you can look at where to see the animals for adoption. Okay, now let me ask you this. How has COVID-19 affected your organization?
So COVID, to be honest, it has not affected our animal adoptions a whole lot. Right there, maybe in the beginning, we were slow because we were shut down for a little bit. But then we, I think, very cautiously opened back up by appointment only. Now we are open back, full time, and we are here in the Sugarloaf Parkway in the same shopping center as Brookwood Eye Care. So we're just down a little bit, and we are open on the weekends from noon to 5 on both Saturdays and Sundays. So you can see our animals there, or you can also go online to see a lot of our available animals. However, here during COVID, we a lot of times don't even get all of our dogs listed. They are being adopted so quickly.
So they're going really fast.
Very, very
obviously
fast,
because people are staying home more now.
Exactly.
And then you have pets.
So and and we can get into that in a little bit, but the caution on that is don't adopt just I'm home right now. But you have to think about what is my life going to be about in non-COVID times. If you're gone 10 hours a day, and a dog gets used to you being there. I mean, they are social creatures. I mean, they like to be in packs. That's what they do. So if they're not around their pack and then you're gone, they might act out and have behavioral issues. So if you're maybe you're gone during non-COVID time, maybe consider a cat. And we actually have quite. I brought pictures.
Some kittens.
Yeah.
And these cats are beautiful.
I know. This is she's the mama. That's Sammy the baby, and other kittens. So we do have quite a few, and just come visit us on the weekends. We have lots of cats.
So what you're saying is that plenty is also.
Yeah.
Well, I was just wanting to say. Yeah. She says the Humane Society is here at the Public Shopping Center Saturday and Sunday, and that's at Five Forks Trickham and Sugarloaf Parkway.
And the address is 3370 Sugarloaf Parkway.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And also, with COVID, so adoptions have been great. it's donations. You know, the need for animals to be
Oh, yeah.
rehomed hasn't gone down. So that's what we've been having to get really, really creative on how we do that, because you know we still have to, you know, all
Take
of our
care of your pets,
animals
yeah.
are, you know, spayed and neutered, they're vaccinated, you know, if they're sick, we have to treat them. So we actually right now have a shoe drive going on. And if anyone is interested, and again, you can drop those off, you know, and they don't have to be brand new. They can be used, they can be, you know,
bring some
worn.
shoes.
Yeah, please bring shoes. And the shoes, it's a really, really cool fundraiser too, which I think because we get paid for the shoes by the pound, but then the shoes are then shipped to developing nations where they set up small businesses, like sustainable businesses for people
that's
down there,
great.
where they sell the, you know, shoes very, very inexpensively, but it
Yeah.
provides income, but it also
Yeah.
provides shoes for their
Yeah.
community.
How
Yeah.
nice.
So that's what we just love the idea of. One, it helps us, but two,
Absolutely.
you know, it helps the world. So you know, it's a kind of a win-win.
You know, that reminds me, there's a pair of shoes hanging somewhere in this office. Somebody brought it here because they bought it and it didn't fit. So they are brand new shoes. I'm gonna get that for you because
All right,
it's not my
yeah.
size, so I don't need it anyway. You know, so
That
you gotta
would be
pick out
great.
shoes from
So,
me.
and that's
Yeah.
through that we'll be collecting those through the 24th. So, I mean, it's a way to donate to Gwinnett
Yeah.
Humane Society without
Yeah.
actually having to
And getting rid of
and cleaning out your closet at the same
Yeah.
time. So.
Yeah, I recommend doing that because it's one way of caring for pets and also supporting the Gwinnett Humane Society. Thanks so much as you do. We're going to post this there on our page also, so you can take a look at it and do that. So essentially, what you're saying about adopting is that people need to plan, just as you plan for
Yeah,
anything else.
Anything.
You know?
I mean, like, yeah, and because one of my pet peeves is when people say, "Do you sell animals?" No, we do not sell animals. Don't even believe in selling. We adopt, and we do go through an adoption process when we have our animals. You know, when we. And you know, people might think we're crazy, and sometimes we kind of are.
Yeah.
But we do ask a series of questions like, you know, what's your lifestyle? I mean, do you enjoy just sitting around watching Netflix all the time? Well, if you do, then, you know, maybe...
then get a cat.
A cat, or maybe like a basset hound.
Mm.
Or even, this may sound crazy, but even like a Great Dane or something like that. These animals, even though they're huge, I mean, yeah, they need some exercise, but they're couch potatoes.
Wow.
I have the dog on the flyer,
Yeah.
the terrier.
Mhm.
If I tried to sit around and watch Netflix all the time, she'd bing, bing, bing around the house and be tearing things up. So just because an animal is small does not mean that they don't
Yeah,
need
right.
tons of
So
exercise.
you got to find a
Right.
certain personality
Yes.
that match your own lifestyle
and your
too, you know?
lifestyle.
Okay.
And, you know, if you've got little, you know, really small kids, maybe a puppy isn't right. I know a lot of people, well, I want them to grow up with the kid, and I get that. But get a young adult, because puppies are like having another child, like literally having another child.
No, okay, go ahead.
And
Miss
you know, be prepared. If you're going to adopt, I want you to know that you must be taking an animal to the vet occasionally.
Oh, yes.
And if you're not prepared to spend that kind of money to take care of your dog or cat, then don't get one.
Yeah.
It's actually a responsibility. You know, dogs, I mean, pets, they are like part of the family.
Right,
Absolutely.
they are.
That's
Yeah.
what we
Mhm.
like.
Yeah.
Like why we do
The
call it an
interview.
adoption.
Yeah.
Because we're adopting an animal into a family, and we want them to be there, you know, for the rest of their, you know, natural life. You know, 10, 15 years. You know, cats even sometimes 20 years. So absolutely.
And now, I've heard a lot of bad raps about the Rottweiler. Is it Rottweiler or no?
Or the
What's it?
pit bull-
What's
the
pit bull?
pit bulls,
Yeah,
yeah.
pit bulls. So
And-
I know Judge Judy. Judge Judy, should I say Judge Judy? Judge Judy does not like people at all.
Judge
So now the thing is that is it really true that the pit bulls are really? You have what kind of dogs do you have?
I have a Great Dane, and she is lazy. Never runs into the furniture, no matter, you know, even though she's big. And we have a Staffordshire Terrier, which people call a pit bull. And he is the sweetest nature of the four dogs.
Miss Noel.
And he hardly bites a flea. Well, we don't have fleas, so let me keep that up front. But he is
That's what she says.
he is the most. Oh yeah, they are. You can train any dog to be vicious and bite and fight. That's a fact.
That is a fact, and sometimes, you know, Chihuahuas
Oh, they're
sometimes
mean.
get a bad rap
Yeah.
too. Even though Chico here is just sweet as can be, but they can be nippy. The problem with a pit bull, and they are not at all. And pit, you know, as you said, pit bulls is not even actually a breed.
No.
But they do, and it just kills us, because kind of like that we don't like discrimination of any kind at Gwinnett Humane, and especially against any of our dogs. So, pit bulls, get a really, really bad rap on discriminate, and they're very, very sweet. They're generally just big, lovable babies, but unfortunately, they're bad owners.
Well,
So.
I think what they did with that Staffordshire Terrier is very big, strong boned, and very muscular. Most of them do not have an ounce of fat on them. Therefore, you've got a good body for fighting.
I see.
And that's why they used those dogs, and now it's gone clear out of control.
It has, and unfortunately, if there is a bite incident, when a dog like that who has such a strong jaw does, something like that happens, it can do some damage. Whereas if he bit me, I'd shake him off and okay, I didn't even feel that. So not that any dog, but I mean, again, a lot of it is just on being responsible pet owner and working with your pet. And we recommend even if you've had pets your whole life and like, oh, I know how to train a dog, go to training, because it just increases the bond between you and the pet. And when an animal respects you and they know who's alpha, they're not going to try to take over. Most animals actually are not alpha at all.
I think
they're trained to be that.
I think I think I agree with that, because one reason I haven't been to our house is because once I get to the driveway, you see the dogs, and I think you shared with me before a story with the Jehovah's Witnesses coming by. So,
halfway down the driveway, they turn around and leave.
because you see the dogs from the window, and they're announcing their presence in the house. They say, "Hey, we're here. You better know where you're coming to."
They've decided their job is to protect.
Yeah,
every different breed has has their
Right.
role, right?
Right.
And if you've got you said you've got a Great Dane and a Staffordshire Terrier. I mean, their job is guard. They're
But
part
now
of the
see, he
guard
doesn't.
job. Yeah. Oh, they're not the ones who
Oh
do.
no, he does not.
Of course not.
No, he does not do that.
Oh, it's probably the little ones, right?
And he's the rest of them are bigger than him. He is the smaller, but he's a follower. And we've got 2 dogs that are guard dogs. And if they start following, then he'll jump up, look around, see what's going on. And he has no idea what's going on, but he barks, and he's got the little childlike bark.
Aww.
And he's with 3 females, and I kind of feel sorry for him because they're all dominant females.
Oh yeah, they boss him around.
Yeah, they're all A dogs.
That's what happens when you have a bunch of brothers or sisters too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now let's look at the flip side.
Yeah.
Are there some animals that shouldn't be pets that people use as pets? I've seen there was one, I think it was on the news in Florida. An alligator went out. It was a pet. It was somebody's pet and went out, and the whole neighborhood. So what do you say about that?
Well, and again, not gonna judge, but anything that's a wild animal that hasn't been domesticated, like a cat or animal.
Yeah.
I mean, a cat or a dog. I mean, they're unpredictable. Some people want to have foxes. I mean, they're adorable. Not really legal.
Not really good.
Not really legal in Georgia either to have that.
And carry a lot of diseases.
Yeah, and they do. But I mean, they're squirrels, things like that, raccoons. I mean, they're just. And forgive me if anyone has one as a pet, and they may be a wonderful pet. It's just they're not. Go get a kitten. Go get a dog. I mean, they're better. I mean, they've been domesticated for thousands of years now, and they have a symbiotic relationship with humans.
I'll interject here. If you're going to adopt a dog and you live in an apartment, or you do not have an enclosed yard, it's better not get a working dog. By working dog, I mean a herding dog, a dog that has they're bred to get out and work, and they're not good confined to the house all the time.
My first dog was a Shetland sheepdog,
that's-
and I lived in an apartment. I have never been in better shape in my life because I literally was probably walking with him 5 miles a day.
Yeah.
So you can have a dog like that, but you better be prepared to be. And then, and of course, I got a house as soon as I could afford one.
Yeah.
With
Not
a fenced
fair to the
yard
dog
too.
to keep them cooped up because they're bred to be out working, and that's what they want to do.
Now we're going to start taking calls soon. If you have any questions for Ms. Corey, or you have a question for me, The number is 678-708-4567. That is 678-708-4567. So you have any questions for me? You have any questions about adopting? You have questions about some of the other subjects we talked about? And then we're going to have a moment to talk about the upcoming interview or debate, talk about that. And also the PPP and the stimulus package is coming. So we also have a few updates on that. So if you have any questions, please call. I think the dog wants to take a break, so call in if you have a question so we can have Miss Corey answer for a go.
Yeah, and also volunteering. We all are an all volunteer organization, so absolutely, if anyone is interested, so maybe you do live in an apartment and you are gone a lot, but you love animals and you're not quite ready to bring one into your home. On the weekends, we love volunteers. Our next orientation,
so they can take them home for a weekend,
or you can foster, or you can just come on the weekends and help
hang
us.
out.
You can play with them, walk them, pet the kittens. We
carry up poop.
That is great.
Well, clean up after them. Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, so
for someone like me who's so scared of dogs, you can't believe it.
Are you afraid of dogs?
Yeah, I'm afraid of dogs. Yes. Because I've had really, really very bad dog stories.
Oh no.
So that's why I just maybe there's something about me and dogs, and maybe I just stay away. So that's why
they smell your fear.
I don't know whether it's fear or something. You see, here's one story that happened one time. I went home to visit my dad, and my dad had this dog for about 3 or 4 years. The dog has not barked once, not once. So I came, and I said, who is this dog? I said, oh, that's my dog. Don't worry about it. It doesn't bark. And then the dog just goes, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, oh, man. My dad said, okay, what is it about you? This dog has not barked one time, So I just noticed something between me and that dog.
Well, maybe you're a cat person, huh?
Maybe, yeah. Because see, I fell in love with this one here. This is a cutie right here,
Yes.
Cats
Look
are
at it.
cute.
Yeah.
She is beautiful.
Yeah, Mama and Sammy.
Mama and Sammy is her son, her little baby in back. So she's got
and they're
gorgeous
smart
eyes.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, cats are really smart.
Yeah.
Kind of scary smart, actually.
Yeah, really.
So while we are waiting, we're going to talk about the stimulus package. Did you guys apply for the stimulus package?
I don't think we did because we don't have employees. So
No.
Oh, really?
No, you have volunteers.
Yeah,
No,
we
you
do.
got to have
Yeah.
employees.
I think you have to have employees.
Yeah.
No, well, actually, you can actually apply for the loan. You guys have operating costs?
Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We have adoption center here.
The one that you don't qualify for is the PPP.
Okay.
That one you have to have employees.
Okay.
Now you are in luck because the program is still going on. The one from is still going on. So what you want to do, I'll get the information for you to apply. If you don't have employees, put there 0 employees, but you can still qualify for the loan. The loan is only 3. You are non-profit, right?
Non-profit.
So you're 2.75.
Oh.
Interest rate is only 2.75, and you have 30 years to pay. So we'll go ahead and take this call, and then we'll tell us question. Thank you so much for calling the Good with Dr. Joe. You're on the air. You have a question or comment?
Yes, I had a comment about the dog.
Yes, ma'am.
So what I have grown to learn, what I've learned about like pit bulls or Staffordshire Terriers, I think they're better to have around children and babies before you would get a little dog like a Chihuahua, because if a baby would pull a pit bull's ear, it wouldn't do nothing. But if a baby would grab a Chihuahua, that Chihuahua could bite him.
Okay, so you're saying
layers.
So-
The skin layers is thicker, so nothing
I
really
know what
harms
she's talking
it.
about.
So they wouldn't hurt. They wouldn't touch a baby
Right.
or child, and they're very
So-
protective. So when it comes to children, that's something they don't play about.
So what you are saying is that as part of training for the pit bull, you should introduce them to little kids first, because that kind of bring the gentle nature out of them. Is that what you're saying? Oh.
No, they're already gentle.
No, she's saying.
When it comes to children, they're gonna
Please be on the air.
they're gonna protect the child. They're not really gonna.
Yeah.
It's like a female cat. Like if
Yeah.
a female cat sees anything harm done to any animal, any baby animal or any baby human, that female cat is gonna attack.
Yeah,
Even
what?
if that cat doesn't even know that child.
And I was
What
of
you're
course,
saying-
It's just in their nature. It's weird.
what you're saying is
I guess
a
it's,
kid, a little child can hurt a small dog like a Chihuahua because they don't
yeah,
know they're
but
hurting
a
them.
big dog,
and-
they'll just like,
and they'll
just
bite and
play,
snap.
It won't do nothing.
Yeah.
It won't
And the big
hurt
dog you
the
can't
big
hurt.
dog.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
like
right.
a pit or a lab
Yeah.
or things like that. Exactly. And again, and then it's always, you know, case by case. I
Mm.
mean, you know, any dog, you know,
Mm.
can, you know, do anything. You know, people always ask me. I mean, I have a 25-pound terrier. Does she bite? Well, no, she never has.
Mm.
But
And
in
she
any
could.
given
Yeah.
situation, you know, she might. They
She
can't
might.
talk. They can't say, back off.
Mm.
So, you know, with children, it's always a good idea to never leave them unsupervised either. Just a very, you know,
Right.
good rule of thumb to always be around, and
Sure.
again to make sure the animal know who's alpha in the
Right.
house.
Right. Right.
Thank you so much for calling. We really appreciate that comment. So yes, okay. So do you think what you said? Do you think do you think that's true that you can start, introducing the pit bull
Or
by
any animal. It's
Okay.
always good to
Hang out with
introduce.
kids?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
but be
Because-
supervised though.
Always
Yeah, okay.
supervised. I mean,
Okay.
I think that's a mistake a lot of people make is,
Okay.
oh, my dog's so super
Mm.
friendly and all, and most dogs are, but like I said, in any given circuit, you know,
Mm.
a whole group of kids get a dog cornered. I mean, they can get scared.
Mm.
Things happen. So it's just, you know, it's incumbent on us as
Mm.
adults to, you know, to be the leader, to be the alpha, to be, you know, to be there in control, so everyone feels safe and comfortable, because it's very easy to diffuse any
Right.
situation.
Now let me ask you this: what do you think is the primary need for a pet? Is it for protection? Is it for companionship?
Well, you
Is
mean
it
for the person to need
Yes, so that people
Companion.
understand it. Yeah.
Companionship,
there's
100%.
two things:
Okay.
guard dog
Okay.
and companionship.
Okay.
And you know, if you've got a good-natured dog,
Mm.
and you take them to learn to be a care dog, where you take them to the hospital.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing to do
It
with a
is.
dog because
And
people love
We
it.
actually have a group. We're not doing anything right now.
Mm.
It's called Pat-a-Pet.
Mm.
So if you have an animal, in fact, I think little
He'd be good.
Chico has
Mhm.
done not unofficially,
Mm.
but he has done. So we go to different
Right.
facilities, and it's you know, we have one Annandale Village
Mm.
where we've gone for
Yeah.
years.
Mm.
It's for
They're aged people.
no, it's not. It's for young adults who can't quite live on their own.
Oh,
Maybe
I
have
see.
some
Wow.
developmental
Wow.
disabilities who grew up with pets but can't have
Mm.
them now.
Mm.
They can't live with them.
Mm.
So we go once a month, or you know, in non-COVID times we go once a month
Yeah.
and bring our animals. So again, you know, GwinnettHumane.com.
Mm.
If you have an animal that you
Right.
think, wow, my dog is so chill,
Mm.
and we do say dogs. I mean, we are not going to discriminate against
Mm.
cats, but they are in a room. You know, the cat would be in a room full
Mm.
with dogs. So unless it is just
But you know,
absolutely. But we go and our animals
Yeah.
volunteer with
Mhm.
us. So it's a really very cool bonding thing for people to do with their
oh
pets.
yeah, they love
Mhm.
and the people and children and hospitalized people and
and we
no
also
nursing home. They love it.
yeah,
Wow.
and we also go to one where we visit children
Mhm.
who have been in abusive situations as well, and take our animals, and it's just great for
Oh,
them just
yes.
to to be kids, just to let their guards down and be kids and just pet the dogs, and the dogs are just there and happy and just just love getting the attention.
Awesome.
So that is I failed to mention that, but if anybody out there is interested in
Please
you
give
know,
them your
yeah.
information. If they're interested in more information, they want to get in touch with you.
Yeah, it's GwinnettHumane.com, and that program is called Pat-a-Pet. So you can go on there under our contacts and contact us that
Right.
way.
Do I have any questions on Instagram? Any questions? Okay, all right. So we're going to round up now because our time is running. Our producer is telling us our time is running. So just before we will leave, we're just going to summarize what's going on with the PPP and the new stimulus. You probably saw in the news that the president, Trump, has halted the negotiations, and it actually wasn't going anywhere anyway. So this is what you want to do. You have a business, you're struggling, you're having issues right now. What you want to do is call your representative. Go ahead and Google your representative, find the name, find the phone number, call them, let them know that your business is suffering. Your employees need work, they need pay, they need to take care of their family. Call your senators. You have to call them so that they can work for you. You voted for them so they can go over to Washington and help you out when you need help. And right now you need help with your business with the COVID and all of this is going on, you have to continue to survive. So call your representative, call your senators, make sure they are working for you. And what else we have? And the elections, they're doing
the debate.
The debate.
That's
Now,
smart. That's tonight.
yeah, that's tonight.
The-
Now, the debate from last week, you guys saw it. It was very kind of, I call it bombastic. That was a bombastic debate. It was lively. It got a lot of people watching, but a lot of people weren't very happy about it.
It was disgusting.
Okay, that's what she says. So now tomorrow we have the vice presidential debate happening tomorrow. So go ahead and we're going to check that also and let you know what's going on. And finally, we have a book coming up. We have a book we're launching. It's next Sunday, October 11th. October 11th is going to be live on Instagram. So let's see if we have do we have a sample of the book? I want to show you guys the book. Now, this is interesting, but please don't judge a book by the
By
cover.
its cover.
Don't judge the book by the cover. This is what it says. Now, you're going to say,
Oh, that's
"Hey."
a great cover.
Yeah, yes. So this is what it says. So we're going to be talking about, it says 6 reasons why Donald Trump will win. So, well, a lot of people are saying that, look, the polls is showing that Biden is leading. Number 2, Trump is quarantined,
Is what?
under quarantine.
Quarantine?
Yes, for another 5 days or 6 days. So he can campaign. 2 weeks of the exam, he can campaign. And somebody is saying that he's going to win. So we're going to see how that's going to go. So join us again next week on Instagram, 12 noon Eastern Time. Also, go ahead to our YouTube channel. Go ahead and like our videos. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and share and put a comment. Thank you so much for coming. Any last words?
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Thank you for having us.
All right, very much. Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it. Chico, thank you for coming. We appreciate you coming in. We love you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a good dog. Good dog. Yeah, you're a good dog.
You
You're the
can't be
man.
afraid of him.
You're the man. You're the man. Yeah, I keep my distance. Yeah.
Remember Spotify?
Oh, on Spotify. We're also on Spotify. Check out Spotify. We're on there. The Good with Dr. Joe. Good with Dr. Joe. Thank you so much. See you later.